for our guest, and yes, her name is Clarice Favor, a wife and a mother of three children. She is a gospel artist and an entrepreneur. She has an online clothing boutique and also have a hair business. And she has, you should tell us about her Instagram pages. And I listened to some of her music, which was kind of soul lifting. And amazingly, we have her in the building. Yes, not really in the building, but virtually. Yes, how you doing, Clarice? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be on your show today.
Alrighty, so let's talk about the gospel music space. Actually, it's been one argument to the other since we started. The gospel scene. We've seen people that have done it, graciously well, and then we've seen people that still struggle with a gospel career. Why do you think this is?
Um, I feel like either why are some people struggling and why some are doing well.
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
Yes, you got it right.
Okay, awesome. So I feel like number one, when we talk about gospel music, honestly, it's really about understanding and knowing your season and having a relationship with God to the point that He's able to communicate with you when to go, when not to go, what to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
because the inspiration to write the songs come from the Spirit of God
Mm.
because it is gospel, so it has to come from the Spirit of God. So therefore, it's kind of like we work for God. You know what I mean?
Bye.
So that's why some of the people now, just because someone is not, let's say their music career is not going good at the moment, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're out of the will of God or
Mm.
like it necessarily doesn't mean that. It can mean anything. Sometimes God takes our patience, how long we're willing to wait. Sometimes it takes our intentions and are we really doing it for the money or for the attention for this, or is
Bye.
it really about him? So an artist may feel like it's not really moving,
Bye.
but really God is just waiting to find out what are your motives. You know what I mean? So
All right. So,
um
all right. So there's a reason I asked that. Excuse me. I asked that question, right? It's because we've seen a lot of people feel like it's not the money, when you're a gospel musician. Like you feel like you said, that you're doing this for God. Like, do you feel like that is the case? Like, it's not about making money; it's just about the ministration for you.
it really goes hand in hand, and the reason I say that is because the producer don't produce music for free. You get what I'm saying?
God won't
They're not
speak
just
to the
going
producer.
right. They're not just gonna produce your music for free just because you're doing gospel. You know what I mean? So they don't really care. Like I work with different producers, and they really don't care. They want their money, and they want their money before they start doing the work. They want the deposit. Like everything has to be like that.
Right.
So yeah, so it goes hand in hand. You have to be able to make money, but at the same time, not forgetting the main reason for what you're
Why you
doing.
started?
You have to, yeah, you have to have a reason. Yeah, you have to know why you started exactly.
All
You
right.
said it
So
right.
I'm sure Miles has a question for you as well.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stick to this money or no money part of being a gospel artist. A lot of gospel
Uh-huh.
artists in this part of the world where we come from, Nigeria, a lot of them are not really cashing out the way they're supposed to. The money is really not coming in. Now, let me ask you this personally: if for some reason you talked about the producers wanting their upfront payments and all that, for some reason this keeps going on and like. The numbers are not climbing. Oh my goodness, people are not really feeling it the way they're supposed to feel it. I'm not making that money the way I'm supposed to make it. Are you still going to keep doing it? Or you're going to say, you know what? God, I'm going to keep singing for you, but let me just focus on my other businesses.
See, of course I'm gonna do it. So for me personally, right? The goal for me is to position myself to position myself, and I mean that by where I am financially able to sponsor myself. You know what I mean? Like pay the producers, pay the videographer, pay for everything myself. So that's why I have business set up for myself. So that way it helps me bring in the income to be able to do what I really love, which is to sing. So that is the reason why I focus on business as well. Yeah.
All right, so let's, now thank God your question led to the business aspect of it. So let's talk about, how you're able to combine, you're mother of three children,
I'm telling you.
right? Now you have two businesses, you're into fashion, you're into beauty and all of that. How do you combine this and still be able to create music? And then your industries are not like they're kind of circular industries where you get to meet, people that are not children of God, if I have to say it like that. Do you get what I mean? So how do you combine it, your spirituality, being a mother, and of course, running businesses that not necessarily related to God?
Yeah, well, it really takes God to help you to help me through. You know what I mean? So
Right.
so I make sure that I pray. I make sure that I have time, that one-on-one time with God. I make sure that I create that time with God because I understand that only He can help me because it's a lot. It really is a lot. Like I have a 5-month-old baby. I have a
Wow.
2-year-old toddler. And then I have a 7-year-old that's in school, so I'm helping with homework. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But when it comes to the gospel aspect of it, like it's in my prayer time, it's in my worship time, it's in my one-on-one with God that gives me ideas as far as drop songs in my spirit for me to write down, gives me idea and things like that. So yeah, so you just have to be disciplined with your time. That's number one, and as well as making sure that God is still first and creating that time with God. Yeah. So
All
yeah,
right.
it's hard, but I do
All right,
try.
so real quick, because it's almost time for us to say goodbye to you, but not before, you tell us about, your latest project. But then I want you to give an advice, to, gospel musicians out here, especially in Nigeria, because I've seen you do your stuff for a while and I've been watching you from behind the scenes, but, a lot of them give up. So what would be your advice to a lot of, gospel musicians, that try to change into Sungba? Singbala jajaja singba. Yeah.
Yeah, my advice to you is don't change. There's a reason why you started doing gospel.
Alrighty.
There is a reason why you started doing gospel. And then sometimes things can get so frustrated to the point that you're like, man, you look to the left and the right, and it feels like the ones that's doing secular music is having fun, they're progressing, they're making money and all of that. But so I would encourage you to not look to the left or the right. Like look deep inside your heart. Like what
Right.
was the motivation behind, like why did you start doing gospel? You know what I mean? Like was it for the love of God? Was it to see other people get closer to God? Like what was really
Your
the
motivation.
reason that you started? So I would encourage you to go back. There are times where you need to take a step away from it and just spend that time with God and ask for direction. You can't do it without
Right.
Him. Hello,
Right.
you.
Right. Alrighty. So in 30 seconds, I need you to tell us, your social media handles, your business page, and where we can find new music from you. Right.
All right. So currently, I'm still working on new music. Will soon to be released. But you can find me on social media, Clarice Favor. You can also find my business page, Lazafard_boutique, and my website is lazafard.com. So that's where you'll be able to see the fashion
Right.
aspect of my.
Right. Alrighty, man. It's been amazing having this chat with you. Thank you for your insightful conversation. And of course, we will be wrapping up the show with your music video in case people are wondering, what does she really sound like? Because you sound very beautiful. Alrighty. Alright, then. Thank you for joining us on the show. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Thank
Right.
you for the opportunity.
Right. Alrighty, man, it's been amazing, man.
Yeah,
Clarice is quite fun because, you feel like gospel musicians, we can count like the number of gospel musicians on the on the tips of our fingers. We have Tokwe Alabi, Frank Edward. Give me your own now, Sinach.
Even honors. Even Samsung.
With Samsung.
Oh wow, you don't know him?
No, go on.
He's right there.
All right.
Who else?
Nokia.
Come on.
Anyways, guys.